back to the channel. Today I'm going to deal with a little bit of a issue that I've had. A few years back, I've been using these job site table saws for a long time, these Dewalt. They work for what I use them for. I take them in the field when I'm working on site. I use it back here in the shop when I need to rip trim or things like that. I don't really use it for plywood, obviously. It's a small table saw. Use a track saw for that. But a couple of years ago when I replaced this, Dewalt had made a change. They went from the 10-inch to the 8 1/4 inch. But beyond the size of the blade change, these table saw, the old version, had adjustable feet on the back side. So there was some adjustment in the height. When I built my workbench, I built it to be an outfeed table in addition to a workbench for when I'm using my table saw here in the shop. So I wouldn't have to set up roller stands or things like that. But with the newer version of this saw, it doesn't work. So there's no adjustment feet on these to raise it up to get it to work with this this table. So I was taking plywood, sticking it under the back side of the legs here to kind of get the back end up. So I decided at this point to go ahead and build a cart with wheels, a cabinet, I guess, with wheels that this sits on, get it to the height it needs to be so it works for my outfeed table, and I think just be more convenient for me here in the shop. Also, I'm going to have a place to underneath to put my track saw, which right now just sits on the floor under the table saw. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I did was cut a piece of plywood 24 by 24. I determined that to be the size I wanted the cabinet. I installed the wheels first so that I could put it on the floor next to my workbench and get an accurate height for my sides. I went ahead and got those cut. I pocket screwed and glued those together and to the top. I also cut and added a 2-inch strip across the front as a spreader just to create some rigidity. Okay, I got her done. I think it's just going to make my life a little easier here in the shop. Now I can use my table saw and my workbench as an outfeed table without having to jack up the stand or something. I did keep it a little higher. I didn't try to flush this thing out because there's some unevenness to the floor. So depending on where the table sits, and I don't want to have to worry about that. Generally, I'm just ripping down some 1x material for face frames and things, so I don't really need to support plywood out there or anything. So now I can just run it off and call it good. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all those things they say. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one.